do you feel that allegiances and alliances are built across those geographic and even time spans?
In a larger piece like this Guernica piece, which was obviously very, very political, I was very surprised with it from the beginning. First of all, I had actually initially wanted this work to attach Bilbao and Gernika, which are only 30 kilometers apart, in a sound path. And so I met for a few years. This has been about 5 years in the making, and got a lot of positive responses from them. But when I put forward what the cost of this might be, suddenly they weren't really there. Then later, I actually proposed it to the Reina Sofia in Madrid and met with the mayor there, and everybody was very positive about. And then Zapatero won the election, and there was a new director put in the museum, and they had other plans to do. So that kind of feels, this is really, really political in every sense of the word, this project. And it never occurred to me to actually do this work in New York, because I guess you don't always look in your own yard until somebody was sitting with me in my backyard, a German, in fact, who said, why don't you do this in New York? Really? I mean, would people get it here? Was really my first response was, would this have any kind of resonance because of who knows about Guernica, who thinks about it, who knows that it was a village, who cares? But then, in fact, I went to the Lower Manhattan Cultural Council, and right away, Radhika did get it, and later I presented it to White Box, because I wanted this to be both inside within the art world and outside in the public. The biggest surprise in all of this was actually the response from the Basque country, and it was really very devastating and very emotional for me, and continues to be, because the work was not accepted there, but not of interest because it basically didn't promote a Basque theme.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, and so the message, if you can have a message in your work, which is kind of a weird thing to say as an artist, because it's like, ew, I have a message. But there was a quote that I used in this from Hannah Arendt, who wrote about identity, and really what I wanted to do in this piece was question how identity is often the cause of war. And in the end, it kind of turned inside out when I realized that this work was not being supported fiscally by the place where this began, because I wasn't one of them.
And
so,
because its identity message could not be pinned down in a way that would suit them.
Well, yes. So that's right. So yes. So in terms of making alliances and what I mean, it really made me feel good and made me understand my relationship with New York. It's taken a lifetime to do that, and appreciate it that much more, and recognize it, and at the same time made me very aware of the difference being a New Yorker, living here, from the rest of the world, where these issues of identity continue to be very, very serious thrust in life.